The Dollar Ridge fire, when it started in the first part of July in 2018, was going, and obviously you can see from here what the fire done, the devastation. The end of July 22nd, I think it was, the first flood come down through here and done a lot of damage to the river and road, and then another flood came down through in August of 2018 and obviously took out more of this, and then in 2019 we had another flood that done a major lot of devastation in here as far as the river and road goes.
So the Dollar Ridge EWP project had been ongoing, and there'd been a lot of work done before we stepped in the picture by Duchesne County and Wasatch County, NRCS obviously, and a lot of the other stakeholders. We felt lucky to be able to join the team and the group of people that helped address the concerns that happened because of first the fire and then the flooding that happened thereafter, and the damage and the erosion and sedimentation that occurred. We were able to come into the project with a list of damages that had been evaluated, but most of those had already been covered or buried. For example, there was two bridges. Two of the three bridges were completely buried in sediment. One of the bridges was mostly plugged off. And then knowing that the future flows in this area were going to increase dramatically with the vegetation that was lost with the fire, well, that was one of the first steps of the project, was jumping right into the hydrology and the different design criteria that was necessary for that. And then also just working within the parameters of the funding with NRCS. EWP isn't specifically for building roads. There needed to be an access road to come in and clean the debris and the sediment from the side drainages, uncover the existing road, but more importantly, establish access and create some armoring and some different in-stream features that would help the river heal as well. And that was what we were able to jump into immediately and start working towards the design.
One of the benefits of the project is it's been an ongoing thing, talking about access, not only for landowners, for the homeowners that are here that own homes in the canyon, but for the public and the first responders. It's actually been a great project to improve the access into here for everyone and to help enhance the property again. The next phase, obviously we've been up here today to where the end of this first phase is. Wasatch County is going to move forward with going up into the next phase, up to the Wasatch County line. It'll be a great project from here up to complete the rest of this road that used to be here, to finish it up to the additional homeowners and landowners, and also for first responders and stuff that's needed down here in a case of emergency. The road's been it's been a great asset to have since that point, just in case of an emergency.
So one of the challenges with this project was just the different variety of stakeholders involved. There was obviously folks that had property up here that were passionate about their property. They wanted to get back to their cabins, to their homes in some cases, and wondering why isn't the county or why isn't the project started, and being not understanding that there's certain steps that have to be done with environmental permitting before we could turn a contractor loose. Designs have to be completed and then approvals obtained from the NRCS and also the Bureau of Reclamation, where they are owners of the majority of the land, and also the Division of Wildlife Resources, who are stakeholders and have stewardship over a lot of this property up and down the Strawberry River. And being able to just juggle all of those stakeholders and their different interests. The county obviously wanted to get access back and also relief to those county residents. We kind of have this similar situation right now with the next phase. There's property owners in Wasatch County that can't really get to their property without some four-wheel drive machines and similar situation, wondering why is it taking so long, why does it take so long to get through that process? And it's just the multiplicity of permits and approvals that have to be obtained to make a project like this be able to be constructed. So that's one of the challenges.
Well, I guess right off the bat with this was the devastation, the damage that was caused down here from the not only the fire but the floods. The wondering how to, I guess for myself personally, I would not know where to begin. That's why I guess there's a big thanks to the partnerships with the landowners, the counties, the county officials, the engineers to work on the project. I think that the devastation and the damage that was here was one of the biggest challenges, trying to wonder how to put this back together. It's always a great thing for me to work with different people, different entities, different agencies, and build those relationships with those people that work together to make a project like this as good as it has been. That's one of the biggest things that I've enjoyed about doing.
Some of the things that I really enjoyed about this project is, one, the setting. You know, we got to come up every week for a construction meeting, if not more, you know, both during design, and I think it's one of the only projects I went on a site visit with my own horse, because I don't have a four-wheeler and I knew the horse wouldn't get stuck, and lo and behold, we actually did get a horse stuck. But just the different memories that have come from coming up this canyon, with the lack of access and the challenging river crossings and the sediment and soft material, it made for an adventure every time we came up. And then once the road started coming to shape, and the contractor started making progress, I think that's when the relationships continued to deepen. I think we had a great group of individuals that came in from all different parties, the agencies, with the Division of Wildlife Resources and Duchesne County, the contractor, Perco Rock, other suppliers, and just the road department, Duchesne County Road Department, and emergency management with Mike and Ben and commissioners. It was just a great time. We always had some great refreshments from Perco Rock. We appreciated that every morning. We kind of had to move our construction meetings just because sometimes in the shade it was pretty chilly on an October morning. But just being able to have that camaraderie and then work together for a common goal was important, and one of the most enjoyable parts of the project for me.
Okay. Yeah, we would like to give a special thank you out to both Wasatch and Duchesne counties. The working relationship that is there between us has been great from the start of this, from the fire to throughout the floods that happened. Also, we'd like to have a special thank you to the elected officials, the engineering companies, the construction company, the landowners here, the DWR, Reclamation, the Mitigation Commission, all of those that had part of this. It was a great asset to make this the project that it's turned out to be, which is, in my opinion, a great project, and has helped all of us.
Totally agree, Mike. We've really enjoyed working with everyone here, and it's also great to see, you know, Mother Nature's one of the partners as well. She's working on this river and will continue to do so. It's also great to see the DWR's been up already since the project and planted a lot of new starts and different vegetation, and we hope that the vegetation that was planted earlier, despite the drought, will take hold. And you know, I've already heard of others catching some pretty good fish out of the river, and I hope that restores this blue ribbon fishery too. And it has been just a great project with a lot of different people pitching in, so we appreciate that.